when you find out your baby has a heart condition before it's even born.
Riley Hospital for Children has a program helping those parents cope with the stress and responsibility. And Nina Criscolo explains it is literally saving lives.
Absolutely. It's amazing to think of the sons and daughters who are here today who might not be if it wasn't for this home monitoring program. February is American Heart Month, and the babies at the center of this program are born with essentially half a working heart. The left side didn't develop properly. Without medical intervention, they would live just days at the longest. But when it is diagnosed in vitro, the babies are treated and undergo a surgery within the first days of life. Then they must hang on until 6 to 8 months old before undergoing yet another imperative surgery. And it's often up to the parents alone to make sure the babies make it to that point.
You hear everybody talk about how it changes everything, and it really does.
John Jones and his wife Ashley were expecting their first child in 2017 when a routine ultrasound showed something unusual.
I know their world is going to be shattered the minute I start saying your baby has heart disease.
Baby Jackson had hypoplastic left heart syndrome, meaning half of his heart didn't develop properly.
It's an experience that you wouldn't wish on your worst enemy.
Jackson arrived and at 1 week old went under the knife, and the Jones family was quickly swept up by a medical team at Riley Hospital for Children. That team trains parents to have the knowledge to take their baby home and continue care for them until a second surgery months down the road.
Oxygen
with constant monitoring by hospital staff
and his weight is going up
through secure technology.
Before we had the home monitoring program, these parents were just basically at the mercy of looking at their child without any objective way to know if anything was changing, and had to rely basically on their own intuition to some extent to be able to alert medical staff that they felt something was different or changing.
Ann Farrell and Dana Hartman lead the program. Hartman serves as a 24-hour go-to for parents.
So I get anywhere from probably 30 to 50 texts a day, frequently phone calls.
She also receives data, pictures, and videos through an iPad each family is supplied.
I had a love-hate relationship with that iPad, and but it would have been more stressful without it.
Jackson's mom, Ashley, is a nurse, but still felt the weight of the world when taking her baby home between surgeries.
No nurses, no doctors, nobody's here. You know, it's just us.
It's a scary time because you know that any illness, any setbacks will put him back in the hospital.
The Joneses say the home monitoring system gave them a mental and physical safety net when caring for Jackson, allowing them to bond with their baby and enjoy his early months.
Decreases their anxiety to a level that I think has totally changed the level of care for these babies, and most importantly for their parents.
Perhaps that lessened stress is enough to call the Riley home monitoring program a success. That's all Farrell and Hartman had to point to before. But with the start of 2019, the pair finally had enough data from enough babies to see if their work is changing the outcome for those with hypoplastic left heart syndrome. Nationally, 18% of babies with this condition die between their two surgeries. That's about 1 in 5. But at Riley, babies under the home monitoring program had a mortality rate of just 5%. That's 1 in 20.
Well, that's huge. That's, you know, however many babies that now are here. And so that's, it's very heartwarming for us and encouraging.
Babies like Jackson.
He's great. He's smiling all the time. He's laughing.
And he just celebrated his first birthday and is living a happy, healthy life.
I mean, it's just, that's mind-blowing, honestly, to have a program like that and to be able to monitor these kids in that way. It's just, I mean, technology is wonderful, but it's changing lives too.
You see my earrings. Since the creation of the home monitoring program, Farrell and Hartman have created an advisory board to continue improving the program with the help of parents who have already gone through it.
So as we often see with a program like this, it starts with a very specific diagnosis. Once they have success in that, are there plans to expand this? Is that even possible?
Yeah, the team wants to start expanding it to similar heart conditions, especially after seeing these statistics and seeing how much it really is impacting families. They know they can help others with the home monitoring program.
I know you'll keep your eye on it. Thanks, Nina.
Yeah.